Hello, so I'm going to talk you through how to use Eventotron, which is our new events management platform that we're going to be using to manage booking requests. You'll be able to browse our brochure online and lots more. So we're going to start by just showing you how to log in and how to navigate the dashboard. So you want to go to the Creative Arts East website, and there's a little button here at the top called Promoters. Click on that. And then if we scroll down, there are some handy links here, and this one called Create a Booking. If you click that, it will then take you to Eventotron. Now, you will have been assigned a login and a password, which a member of our team will have hopefully sent you in advance. And once you have that, you can then log in with this existing users section here. So tap in your details there and then click sign in. We then come to this dashboard. Now, you can navigate via these top sections here, but I find it easier just to use this little section here called My Festivals and Seasons. And basically, if you click on this little man, it takes you to a separate page. You can then click on Promoter Bookings. And this is the main area where you can browse and complete bookings. So we'll come back to that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you back. I'm just going to click home. And you can also access that up here, but again, it's probably not worth it. You've got a little section for your venues. You can have one venue or multiple, depending on where you're working, but this will already be set up for you, again, by a member of our team. And this is what you would click if you wanted to view your booking history. So if I show you, for example, I'm going to click on My Hall. It takes me to a separate page. And I'm going to click on this tab here, Creative Arts East Season. Now here at the side, I can see events at your venue. I'm going to click that. And that shows me all the different events that I've programmed at my venue. We'll go into more detail on these. But just going to navigate, always navigating back to the home page. This events section and this My Latest Festivals and Seasons, that's not relevant to promoters because this is a shared platform between artists, promoters, and schemes like Creative Arts East touring schemes. So your main areas are here and here. So now we're going to take a look at browsing the events. So again, you come to your dashboard and you click straight to the Creative Arts East season. And that will always be here. It's a rolling program that will just self-update. You then come to a second little dashboard. You'll have some helpful documents here. We'll upload the brochures, but you don't really need that because when you click this button here, you'll be able to see all of the content of the brochure digitally. I would ignore all the other little sections here. Particularly don't need to engage with ticket sales because Eventotron offers a built-in ticketing system, but we're not going to be using that yet. So at time of video, when this video was recorded, we're not using it right now. So we're going to move on and create a booking and have a look at some films and shows by clicking here. Now then, this is the main area that you will find films, performances, workshops, all of that great content that's in our brochure will be here in a big list. We'll populate maybe 3 brochures at a time, because that gives you more range to choose from. Now, because there is so much data there, it's really good to utilize the filters here at the top. And you can just view everything if you like. However, you can alternate between just seeing live performances. You can just see films. And then you can take it further with films and select a subgenre. For example, if you're looking to plan a family film, we click on that and it'll show us all of the family films. You can then reset that by clicking on the field again and then resetting it to the top. Let's do that on both of them. And you can also search directly within here. So if I wanted Paddington, because who doesn't love Paddington? Make sure you spell it correctly. You can see it's come up here, which is excellent. I can then click on that and it brings up more information. So I clicked on it. This little eye has come up here to tell me you've looked at this, which is kind of handy if you've been browsing and you've forgotten what you've looked at. The eyeball icon tells you you have already looked at it. So once you click on one, you can scroll through and you'll see lots of extra information. So this is an example of a film. It's got different genres, some promotional copy, which you could copy and use on your own promotional, Facebook website, etc. Tells you the running time and the year it was made with a trailer and some fab images as well. Now, if you click on these images, I'm going to open it, right click and open image in a new tab. Though I think actually, if you just click it, it does actually open it in a new tab. This is a really high quality version of the poster. Now, if I wanted, I could right click and save this image and then use it on my own marketing, which would be quite handy. So that's something you can do. And the same goes for an extra website image that you could maybe use on social media, for example. There's usually some additional information at the bottom as well, which if I can find an example of that would be good. Let's try this. So this has got some examples, further information, Rotten Tomatoes, country of origin. It tells you if it's a subtitled film or not, the language, who's in it, director, and importantly, screening options. So this is whether it's got a DVD or Blu-ray available, if it can be digital download only. So some people don't really like to use the MP4 version, or there's Film Bank Media who offer like a media player thing that I know a lot of people are a bit unsure whether to use that or not and prefer DVDs and discs. So that will be made clear there so that you can be aware at time of booking. So there's lots of handy information there that can help you inform your choice, and all titles will be updated with that handy info so you can make an informed decision. So then once you're happy, you could go through this with your committee, you could sit down with them, have a look through, and when you're ready to make a booking, you would then click on this button here. Click here to make a booking request. And remember, it's important to note this is a request, particularly for films. You should only really start marketing your event once this request has been approved by a member of our team, because particularly with film licenses, they're very up in the air, and sometimes we don't always know until we make a booking on your behalf if it's 100% set in stone. So please be aware of that. So we're going to click this button. Now then, it's saying we're going to make a booking for a complete unknown. at the venue here, which I've selected. I'm going to pick a date. Let's go for November. It's a Saturday. I'm going to go with a classic 7:30. Ticket prices, £7. Concessions, £4. Now, there's an additional event information field. You can put things in here like group tickets, family tickets, refreshments available, but don't go wild with your information because we will have to cut that information down anyway to go on our website because there's just a limit to how much you can put. But if you've got, short film or any other snippets of information, you can pop that there. So I think we'll say short film. Let's say bar and refreshments available. Now, if I had an external ticketing link, such as to a ticket source page, Eventbrite, we got tickets, or via your own website or something, you can pop that in there and that will create a little link button when people visit our website so they can access your tickets directly. If you don't have one, leave it blank, it's fine. But I would recommend you look at online ticketing if you don't already, because it can bring in a different audience and it's just a good option to have as well. Then specifically for films, we are asking, are you wanting us to book the license for you, or do you simply want to list this event on our website? And there's the options there where you can say, I booked my own, I just want it on the website, or yes, I would like you to book for me, please. You can then request a copy of the disc. Please be aware discs are subject to a fee. And again, you can select the option. So I'm going to say, yes, I would like a disc, and yes, I would like the license. Again, we can provide digital versions of marketing for specific subsidized films. And again, it can be a free digital poster, or there will be an additional cost for printed marketing just to keep our costs manageable. So let's go for a free digital poster. And then once we're ready, double check your information, make sure you've got the right date, right month, right year, just to double check. Checking the time, checking the dates, all looks good. So we're going to click request booking. Your booking request has been submitted. Now then, I can see here that it has gone through as pending. So it'll then send me an email. So if we hop over to my inbox here, I've got a new email here. So the email will come from Eventotron. It won't come from Creative Arts East. It'll say you have made a booking request for X film. And then when you click on it, it gives you a really good summary here of the event details. It might look a bit different for you. I'm just in Gmail. Now, if it were me, I would create a folder and save this in a folder called, bookings or something, cinema bookings or whatever, because this is a really good, it's almost a receipt in a way of your booking. You can probably download it as well if you wanted as a PDF, save it somewhere. So that's then left with the Creative Arts East team, and I'll just go ahead and approve this and come back and show you what happens once it's been approved. So once your booking has been approved by a member of our team, you'll get an email again from Eventotron, which says here you've got a new document that requires attention. So if we click on that, comes up with this email that says your live performance or your film license is now ready to be agreed. So you need to have sight of an agreement or a contract prior to finalizing, just to ensure that we're all happy. You can have a look at this in one of two ways. So you can sign a digital document, and it's actually quite quick and easy, which I can show you shortly. Or if you're really not happy doing that, you can just have a look at the agreement in this email and reply to one of my colleagues to say, I've had sight of it, I'm very happy with that, thank you, and basically just give us confirmation that you've seen it. But I wanted to highlight that the actual agreement itself, if we scroll down in this email, and it will probably look different for everyone, but I'm using Gmail, and it's a tiny little button down here. It's really not that visible, so I wanted to make you aware. You click on that and it would open up your agreement. Now, the agreement summarizes the event and it just talks through the cost, if you've requested a disc, if you've got marketing, etc., and cancellation policy, that sort of thing. So it does technically ask for a signature, but you don't need to do that. You can, as I say, reply to the email. You can also download it for your records there. So that's one way to do it, but the alternative way is to head back to Eventotron. So I'm already logged in over here, so I'm going to do that. I'm just going to refresh it to make sure that it works. And now we're going to navigate to our venue, because I just made the booking at my hall as a venue. And so the contract or agreement will now sit over there. So we're going to click on that. Again, it opens that venue's details, but we want to have a look at the contract. So we're going to click on this little season tab. And as I said before, you've got your intro section. And if we scroll down, it shows us our new agreement that needs to be looked at. So it's highlighted here, signature required. So let's click on that. Again, this is the same as that email. It's the same as the PDF in the email, but it's just a digital version. So if we scroll down, make sure you have a good look at the data. A member of our team will sign it once you have, but if you would like to sign your name, you then hover over this box and you see the icon changes to a little hand. We're going to click that. Now I can sign with my mouse for fun, which is good. I can clear it if I go wrong, make a mess, If you prefer, you can actually just upload an image, a drawing of your signature. And then once you've done it a couple of times or once or twice, you can use an existing one that lives there, so you don't have to do this every time. So once you're happy, you can click sign, then applies it to the document, and then it says Sophie Clouston signed on this day, and that's all done. So at that point, you've then said, I agree to this booking, and you can go ahead and start marketing your event. You can start selling tickets and get going. Again, you can come back here just to double check confirmation that you've booked it, or you can navigate to your section here, events at my venue. If we click on that, and it'll show you what title you've booked. So for that example, I was looking at flow. And then if I go back here, I can see, click on my agreement, and I have one for flow. So I know that it's been booked and agreed. Now then, you can get to the venues section up here. So if we click on venues, it just looks slightly different to the other option that I showed you, but it still brings up all your venues. And if you click on it, again, it takes you to the same page that we saw before. Now, if you wanted, you can update your venue details. You can provide additional access information. You can put pictures, extra photographs. You can even put a video of your venue if you wanted to really show it off and improve access for people, give them an idea of what to expect. You can add different facilities that you have, and you can really go to town on how much information you add. You've got things like technical information, which is helpful for artists visiting your venue, access information for audiences visiting your venue, and this data will be accessible on our website in a condensed form so that people can see what to expect. But also when you're working with an artist, they'll be able to see your venue profile and have a better idea of what you've got in advance of attending. However, it's not essential. As I said, we'll use the information that you provide to us when you become a member to create the profile for you and to create a venue for you as well. So you don't have to add all that detail, but it's there. The option is there if you would like to. So then again, we can click on this other tab. You can just go through these tabs here, to just explore what the options are. And then one thing to just ignore is this section at the bottom. It'll have yourself on here and it'll have some members of our team. It's just people that have access to the venue if they need to make any changes. Then moving over to this little season, you can click on that, and this will be where you can sign contracts or agreements. They'll pop up here on this little dashboard. And I would say most other things in this section aren't relevant other than events at your venue. So if you've already put booking through and it's been confirmed, you can click on this and it'll just show you, oh yes, I have programmed Gladiator and all the other things. If you click on it, it just tells you about the show or film. It doesn't tell you the details of the booking. In order to see that, you do have to go back to your introduction page and then find the contract that relates to the booking, and that will give you all of the details, including time, date, when it's been programmed, etc. So that's quite handy to navigate between this intro page and events at your venue. You can go back to your documents.